Okay, I'm sorry we ran out of tape on the last one, but we're still working on the face of this Santa. I'm calling it the wooden light bulb Santa ornament. That's the official name. So if you're wondering, I was trying to figure out what to call it. But anyhow, we are still cutting around. Alright, we've got the mustache in. What you want to do is cut it far enough and deep enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to redefine some things. We're going to go back here and we're going to cut some of this out again and free this up a little bit more. We're going to go up here and we're going to cut a little more out. It's important to get some depth where the nose and the bottom part of the brim are. Okay, that's all I'm doing right now, is I'm trying to establish some depth. Same thing with around the nose. You want to just kind of cut that a little bit at an angle there as well, and that should come out. Yeah, it will come out. There we go. Alright, the nose we're going to start rounding up. I'll just take off that point, and we're going to make things a lot deeper than what they are. I'm learning also, after all these years, is still trying not to be afraid to take too much out when you first start carving. You know, that's very hard to do, and that's very hard to teach, because most people, they want to be cautious, you know, when they're carving, and they want to, because you can't put it back on. You know, once it's off, it's, you know, cut out and you sliced it off, it's definitely gone. But I always tell people there's always a way of fixing things. So let's round this up a little bit more and get a little more rounded. Back to my pocket knife. Just have to be sitting there. Okay, and we're going to round the top of this hat off a little bit. I jump around a little bit, and that's okay to do that. You know, and the way you want to do that, and I'll tell you why. Because if you don't, if you spend too much time in one area and you keep hacking stuff off, you may end up taking too much wood off with it in proportion of the rest of the carving. So it's okay to go around. It's okay to you know, round things up. We're going to put the brim, top brim on after we get this cleaned up a little bit more. Okay, so you can see how he's coming along. He looks pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Now I won't do the painting here. I have plenty of painting videos on my first ones. You can go back and take a look at those. It's a very simple thing to paint. You'll need white, black, gray, and that's black and white mixed together, and red, and pink, and flesh tone for the face, and a little bit of red for the blush. Okay, so it's pretty simple. And when I antique these, it's fairly simple as well. There's not a lot to that. Alright, and we're going to take this off. Alright, we've got him pretty well shaped up the way he should be looking, okay? Alright, next thing we're going to do, is we're going to go up a little higher in the nose here. I'm not quite happy with the way that is right there. Alright, we're going to slice that out a little bit further. It's important to get a little triangular cut right where the nose and the mustache meet, and give it some depth. See the difference when I just did that? And you know, you can get a little deeper up there as well. I'm going to cut the nose a little bit underneath that brim. That brim's going to be trimmed up. I'm just going to keep moving here, folks. So, the noise you hear is the air conditioner. We're into September and we're still using the air conditioner. The other night it was pretty cool here. We had an awful lot of rain. I'm sure some of you have heard about our rains out in our state of Pennsylvania. We've been very fortunate here. Nobody I know of has had any problems with, well, I should take that back. I know one person that had a finished basement that had 6 inches of water, so they got to start over, but most people I know came away from all this water from Lee, I believe, more than Irene. We're okay. But anyhow, okay, so you see where our face is. The next thing we need to do is this portion right here, okay? That's very, very simple. What you want to do is just from kind of the top part of the mustache, you're just going to make a little loop, just like that, a little U, okay? The hard part again is making that other side match, so that it doesn't look like he has a problem of any kind, okay? So that looks about right to me. We'll fix this hat up to look like a Santa hat in a little bit here, but let's put this this one in. So all this consists of is a stop cut. Now I'm going to tell you folks, because I'm carving a lot more for things to sell, most of it's done with a knife, as you see, but I use a little V tool to get some of this stuff in, so I made it a little bit quicker. You don't need to use a V tool if you don't have one. It's fine. You can do it with a knife. I used to do it with a knife, but just speed things up, and it was kind of fun to feel that knife go through there, that tool go through there, and you know, it took a little bit of learning how to do it. Okay, so that's one, and then we'll do the other side. Okay. A lot of you have joined me on Facebook, and that's super. I have a lot of people in the group about, well, Arlene Covers Woodshop has, last I looked at, around 430 some people in it, and the group itself, the Carver's Woodshop by itself, has about 362 or so. I could almost do away with the one because I guess most of you are on the other one, but the other one, the Carver's Woodshop one, the group, it allows you folks to load up your photos to that everybody can see it. If you don't load it to that and you load it to the other one, Arlene's Carver's Woodshop, I will be the only one being able to see it. Okay? So, I encourage you, if you've done any of the projects or you're interested in posting anything, feel free to do so. Any carvings that you might have done. Okay, so we have a nice nose there. We've got a nice long mustache. We've got the beard established. Now the beard is two-part. I really didn't know quite what to do with the bottom part, so I made it all his hair and the beard in the back, so that no matter how you look at it, you'd see white. Didn't want to put a neck in or anything like that because of the shape of it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, let me think how we did this. Okay. We're going to put the hair in. You can put that anywhere. You know what, we need to round this off a little bit more. I'm trying to hurry here, and I shouldn't be doing that, but because of the tape and the length of it, I try to be very, very careful. Now I'm going to chop some of this off because I need to make this a little bit rounded. It's too square for me. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to pull some of this off. I'm sorry.